This is Giles Harrison's. The month of November has a melancholy feel for the most part. Autumn moves into winter, darkness increases, the leaves fall from the trees, and it's wetter and colder. But we begin, in fact, of course, the month of November with a celebration of the saints, all the saints known and unknown. And then the next day, the 2nd of November, we remember our family members and friends who have died, which is called All Souls' Day. We do move just another week ahead, and we find on the 11th hour, the 11th day of the 11th month, when we remind ourselves of the tragic history of wars in the 20th century. The nation comes together to stand around the cenotaph in Whitehall, London, to commemorate those who have died to preserve our freedom. This year I took the opportunity to watch the event on television. And before it, I attended the memorial service at the Naval Monument on Southsea Common. First time I've had the chance to do it. As November begins with a festival of All Saints, so it will end with a festival of Christ the King, reminding us of Christ's victory on the cross and in the resurrection, and recalling too that he will come again as judge and with mercy to complete God's plan to bring heaven to earth and redeem the whole of creation. So for all the sadness of November, with remembrances of death and parting, there is too wonder in the glorious company of the saints and the enthronement of Christ as Lord and King. Now, one of our ongoing concerns these days, of course, is climate change, or climate crisis, as it's really known. I was due to take a short retreat this month at a retreat house in Laund Abbey in Leicestershire. It's very close to where I grew up, my father being the rector in one of the local villages. Of course, I've had to postpone my visit. One of the reasons I was going to go was that a few years ago, the Abbey community had an appeal to plant trees in the grounds, and I subscribed in memory of my parents. I would have liked to note the progress of these young oak trees. Tree planting has become an important part of the response to climate change. I was reading in a magazine published by a Christian mission organization about the Anglican Church in Malawi, in Africa. There, a group calling themselves Green Anglicans have incorporated tree planting as part of the key rites of passage, so that, for instance, when you get married, then you will plant a tree together. And with the birth of a child and their baptism, again, planting a tree. And at a funeral, planting a tree. A number of bishops are encouraging confirmation candidates to bring a tree seedling to the confirmation service. And this seedling is blessed as a symbol of their spiritual life, which, like the tree, needs to be watered and cared for if it is to grow and flourish. So November can bring us unexpected hope, despite the gathering darkness. Amen.